And now we're joined on the program by the Incident Manager in Oyo State, Dr. Olabode Oladipo from Ibadan. Thank you for joining us on News Across Nigeria.
Thank you very much for having me. Good afternoon.
Now, the Delta variant has been discovered in Ibadan. What are the measures being put in place to arrest it before it spreads?
Actually, thank you very much. The discovery was based on the fact that surveillance had been on the heightened state, and we're still going on with the surveillance activities, trying as much as possible to unravel contacts of those that had been positive or have probable symptoms. We also have been liaising with the NCDC to look at those passengers of interest whenever they come into the country with Oyo State as their final destination, so that we'll be able to have a clear view of people that are coming in from outside the country, especially those countries that have severe cases right now, and following them up aggressively to ensure that we are able to actually catch the virus before it goes far within the communities. So at this point in time, our surveillance activity is heightened. And then more importantly, to risk communication, trying to get people to be aware that we are not yet out of the woods in terms of the virus in the state. The isolation of cases of the Delta strain from 2 cases in the state is a source of worry, and it was one of the reasons why the risk communication effort was put in high gear. Thank you very much.
Why is this Delta variant so dangerous compared to the other strains, firstly? And secondly, what can you tell us some more about contact tracing? Can you give us some figures of who of suspected infections or confirmed infections, and some figures of how the contact tracing is going?
Thank you very much. The Delta strain has been associated with some higher degree of virulence in terms of transmission. It is far more transmissible than even the strain that was seen in England, for instance, which was said to be up to 80% more transmissible than the original strain that was found in Wuhan. This one is found to be almost 40 to 50%, even much more transmissible than that strain. And the severity of the illness is a bit more devastating, with some higher levels of fatality. That is the strain that was actually found to be responsible for the issues in India. And for that reason, we need to be quite very sensitive about how we aggressively try to have it under control. Thank you.
Now, Lagos State is obviously in such close proximity with Oyo State, and the Lagos State governor has shared concern about a possible third wave. Are you of the same view?
Yes, we're looking at that as well. The numbers as we see now, in the last 2 weeks in Oyo State, we've been able to have about 29 cases now, with 3 deaths, sorry. A 3rd death occurred yesterday night. And that is the concern that we are having now in the state. Because of that, the state task force is looking critically at other extra therapeutic measures to put in place. However, for now, the issues pertaining to safe distancing, use of face mask, and hand wash or use of sanitizer is actually at the front burner in terms of risk communication in Oyo State. the issues pertaining to reduction in people in closed environments, workplaces, social gatherings, religious um, points of worship would actually be looked at by the task force as well as the government to actually have a decisive decision that will be taken quite soon. Thank you.
Dr. Oladipo, can you tell us about how the first case was discovered, the first case of the Delta strain?
The first case of the Delta strain was seen in a woman that has passed on. The case was taken to the University College Hospital, Ibadan, about 2 weeks back. I'm sorry, last week. And unfortunately, in isolation, the patient passed on. But the samples were taken for sequencing at the Redeemer's lab in Aide, and we got confirmation yesterday, and which has prompted the release of the public statement that came from the office of the governor.
Thank you. Thank you so much for your thoughts on the issue, and we wish you the best as you tackle this variant.